Your freedom from pornography will not be the byproduct of a short-term solution, meaning you can't detox your way to freedom from pornography. You can't quick fix your way to pornography. It's not going to be a sprint. And in fact, it's not even going to be a marathon. Your freedom from pornography is going to be a byproduct of the things that you do and don't do on a continual basis for the rest of your life. That's why I always say that freedom from pornography is not an end destination. It is a continuous pursuit that we are on for the rest of our lives. It's going to require new habits, new ways of thinking, new belief systems, new values, new principles, new passions, new pursuits, new boundaries, new restrictions to unlock this life that we can live 100% free of pornography. So in today's episode of The Rebuilt Man, I want to give you 5 daily habits that will help you in producing a life 100% free of pornography. Now, these are not the only things that you're going to need to do, but if you begin to implement and take action on these habits on a daily basis, you will find yourselves living a more fulfilling, purposeful, meaningful life, one that doesn't need to chase meaningless pleasure, one that doesn't need to run and escape from the reality that we've presented and created for ourselves. So these habits are part of my life. They're part of every man that we've worked with inside of our Reboot Your Life program. And in fact, they are part of becoming the man that God has called you to be. Now, before we get into that, guys, if you're watching here on YouTube, did you know that close to 70% of the viewers that we have on this YouTube channel come from non-subscribers? So if you're new here and you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on. And if you're listening on the audio side, guys, we want to thank you for joining us on this episode. But you can help and continue to support the show and get as many men on board with living a porn-free life by sharing today's episode with as many people as possible. But these 5 daily habits that you are going to need to begin to take action on is going to start with the way that you start your day. Habit number 1 is not hitting snooze. It is my belief and opinion that hitting snooze is one of the most destructive and detrimental things that we can do for the quality of our lives. It is us not honoring the promise. It is us not keeping the commitment that we made to ourselves. And if that's how we start our day, by not keeping our commitments, then as we navigate the rest of our day, not honoring our commitment to go to the gym becomes a whole lot easier. Not honoring our commitment to not look at pornography becomes a whole lot easier. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So start your day with a win. Start your day with keeping the promises, with habit number 1 of not hitting the snooze button. Habit number 2 should happen within the first 10 to 15 minutes of the morning as well. And it's having an actual formal gratitude practice. And when I say formal, it's thinking about the things in your life that you're grateful for, pulling out a sheet of paper, pulling out a journal, writing them down, and then embodying what it feels like to embrace that gratitude in your life. Gratitude has a unique way to shift our perspective and shift the reality of how we see the world. There's plenty of evidence showing that people that have a regular gratitude practice have a more optimistic outlook on life. They have lower issues with mental health, lower issues with anxiety, lower issues with depression, because they see the world through the lens that things are happening for them, not to them. And when you're caught up in struggling with an addiction to pornography, feeling as if the world is working against you is going to make that pursuit to freedom a whole lot more challenging and difficult. But if you saw everything in your life as something that was happening for you, not to you, then it empowers you to make better, healthier decisions because you see little opportunities, even in the setbacks, even in the challenges. There are glimpses of hope. So habit number 2, if you're trying to live a porn-free life, is to have a regular gratitude practice. Habit number 3 is something we should be doing daily and weekly and monthly, and kind of in 3 different separate ways. And it's learning to build some self-control by having a fasting practice. Now, it can be as small as a 12-hour eating window for yourself. So you do a short, intermittent daily fasting, but you don't need to be eating from the time you wake up to the time that you go to bed. There's no science that shows that that is optimal for health. But ideally, you want to even condense that window down a little bit more. Maybe you have an 18-hour fasting window, and that means you consume all your calories in a 6-hour window. It's going to force you to build some self-control. It's going to force you to limit yourself. It's going to force you to deny yourself. You're going to realize that every time you feel the craving and need to go do something, you don't need to act on it. And that will become a skill set, a trait that you can carry into living your life free of pornography. Now, in addition to a short-term daily fasting practice, we recommend to our men that they fast once a week for 24 hours and maybe once a month or once a quarter for 48 to 72 hours. These small daily practices are shaping you, are developing you, are giving you the tools needed to deny yourself, to build self control, to grow closer to God, to have a spiritual practice paired with your fasting practice. So, habit number 3 is something you can practice daily, weekly, and monthly, and quarterly, and yearly. Maybe even go 5 to 7 days every year. Maybe you go 10 days. Push your limits, see what you're capable of. Habit number 4 is having pursuits of passion and purpose on a daily basis. Maybe you're not living out your ideal job right now. Maybe you're working just to pay the bills. Maybe you're in school. Maybe you're building your career up right now. And it's hard to find passion and purpose in the things that you're doing on a daily basis. You might be caught up in the mundane cycle of life, of going to the office, of working the 9 to 5. And it can feel meaningless at times. And lacking meaning in your life is going to be a reason as to why you go seek out pornography because you don't feel fulfilled. So maybe it's starting a side hustle. Maybe it's beginning to write out that business plan of what the next thing is that you're going to do. Maybe it's saying, hey, my career is crushing it, financially secured, financially free, but I like passions in my life. I can't remember the last time I did something for me. I did something for fun. Maybe you need to learn a new instrument. Maybe you need to get involved in some recreational sports. Maybe you need to go out into the community and serve the community. Find value and joy and fulfillment in the things that you do on a regular basis. But having passions and pursuits that you pursue daily, weekly, and monthly will begin to fulfill you from the inside so that you don't need these external sources to bring you pleasure. And then our 5th and final daily habit is having regular exercise and movements. Strength train, build your body up 3 to 4 days a week. But even on those days that you're not strength training, get outside, walk, move your body. We are not meant to be sedentary creatures. We're meant to move on a regular basis. Plenty of research showing that regular walking, regular movements induces healthy neuroplasticity. It improves your physical health, it improves your mental health, it improves your emotional health. So having regular exercise, are you challenging yourself to be physically strong? Are you pushing your body up against something that is going to resist you on a daily basis? So I'm going to run through those guys one more time here. 5 daily habits to help you live and become a porn-free man. Number 1 is don't hit snooze. Number 2 is have a regular gratitude practice. Number 3 is fast from food on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. Number 4 is have regular pursuits of passion and purpose and meaning. And number 5 is have integrated into your life physical exercise and daily movement. Now, guys, if you want some help in getting clear on the man that you can become, we put together a 5-part training series on how to help you create the vision for your life free of pornography. If you visit rebuildsrecovery.com/vision or click the link down there in the show notes or in the description box, we're going to take you right to the training. You can get access to it immediately. Begin to take action on these habits here today. And remember, freedom is not an end destination. It is a continuous pursuit. So these are not band-aids for your problem right now. These are habits that will help you become the man that you need to be to live free of this addiction for the rest of your life. God bless you guys. Coach Frank here at Rebuilt Recovery, the Rebuilt Man. We love you. We'll see you in the next one.